Hi guys, this is Lada from astrolada.com and I'm here with your October 2017 videos. But this October I'm going to focus on one exceptional astrological event. This is Jupiter changing signs, moving from Libra into Scorpio. And these videos are not going to be just for October. You can watch them all up till November 2018 because all this time for around 12 months, Jupiter will be in a new sign. So this video will be your guiding light for the next 12 months. So come back to them. And this is tremendous event, one of the most important astrological events this year, and like every year when Jupiter transit signs. And because it shifts your luck, it shifts your opportunities totally. And now the water and earth signs will be kind of manifesting more powerfully. Jupiter is moving into Scorpio, where it's going to be very strong. Till now, the last 1 year, Jupiter was in Libra. It's not as strong in Libra because it's a sign where Jupiter does not do so well in. And not only that, but in the last 1 year, Jupiter was making a lot of challenging aspects to Uranus, to Pluto. So it's even if it manifested, and it does manifest because Jupiter is the bringer of opportunities. If it manifested, it was with more challenges, with more surprises, with more effort, so to speak. But this year, Jupiter being in Scorpio, where it's very strong, it's in a sign that it loves to be in. It's very strong in Scorpio because Mars, that rules Scorpio, is a friend of Jupiter. And not only that, but it's really helped the whole 2018 by positive aspects only. Saturn is in a good relationship to Jupiter. Saturn will be in Capricorn. If you want to figure out, basically, to know the astrology, Saturn in Capricorn as well, but also Pluto and Neptune will be in good aspects to Jupiter, so it has no challenging aspects. So it's gonna give abundance and bounty in a positive, easy way. So we're gonna go through all the 12 signs. And by the way, join me on the 21st of October, me and a group of amazing astrologers, at least 5 or 6. We're gonna be doing a astrology marathon live. If you can't be present live, it's gonna be Saturday, but if you can't make it, you can watch it after that as a recording. We're gonna do the most important astrological events from 2018 to 2021, like Saturn conjunct Pluto, Saturn in Capricorn, Jupiter in Scorpio, the eclipses, Venus retrograde in Scorpio, Mars retrograde in Aquarius and Capricorn, all the big events. It's an astrological bonanza, astrological marathon. I'm super excited. We're going to have a peek into the next 3 years ahead. And by the way, this Jupiter in Scorpio now, so all those videos, it's general. You know, we're going to go through each sign, but it is general. And if you want more specifically to know about Jupiter, how it's going to impact you, like a professional astrologer outlook from your ascendant, from the specific house cast, join me on the 30th of September live, or watch after that the recording of Jupiter in Scorpio webinar. And I'll show you how to exactly predict what opportunities will be coming in your horoscope according to the degrees in your horoscope, according to the planets. And Jupiter will be affecting other signs, not only Scorpio, but 2 other signs will manifest powerfully in the coming 1 year because of the playing together with Saturn. So join me to find out more in-depth information. Sagittarius. Well, Sagittarius, for you, Jupiter changing sign is very important. Probably the most important sign. This prediction is for you, so one of the most important because Jupiter rules Sagittarius, which means wherever Jupiter goes, this is where a lot of your focus and energy go, a lot of your manifesting ability goes with it. And this video is for everyone that has their ascendant, sun, or moon in Sagittarius. And people ask me, what is the difference between ascendant, sun, and moon? Which is most important? Well, in astrology, we always first look at the ascendant because it's the physical body, it's the karmic events that have been kind of fated to us, that happen no matter what we do, because it's fixed, it's the physical body. The sun sign is the events that we can trigger with our own consciousness and with our own willpower, because the sun rules the conscious efforts of a person. That's why in the West we love so much the sun signs, because they give, they correspond a lot to us, and they give us more sense of free will, because the events that happen as looked from the sun sign are ones that we initiate, ones that we consciously strive towards, and that we have more say over. And then the moon sign predictions, they're very famous in the Eastern world, in India, for example, because the moon rules the soul and the feelings. These are the events that we manifest. Again, they might feel like fated, but we've manifested them because of how we feel. And as you know, feelings have the ability to manifest, to attract certain events, but they're not fated to us. And if we're able to change our feelings, we can also change the material manifestation, but it's a bit hard to change the feelings. Anyway, so we have more say with the predictions for the sun sign, and the more fated ones are the ascendant and moon ones, the ones that you kind of a bit more set. And okay, so if you happen to have Sagittarius, sun, moon, or ascendant, and as I said, the ascendant is always the most potent one. Jupiter is your ruling planet, especially if it's your ascendant in Sagittarius. Jupiter rules your whole horoscope, because the ascendant is the start of the horoscope. And if you don't know your ascendant, you can find it out by going to my birth chart calculator at astrolada.com. You need to know your exact time of birth, enter your details, and go to the planetary detail table, where you'll see the ascendant sign. Okay, so what if it's Jupiter, your sun, moon, or ascendant? Well, Jupiter for the past 12 months was in Libra in your 11th house, and it's moving now into Scorpio, into your 12th house. So for the next 12 months, Sagittarius will feel so powerfully this shift and transition, because that's dumb. Jupiter is dumb. So let's quickly recap how Jupiter affected you while it was trans in the 11th house, and do analyze it, because it's almost the end now, and do analyze it and be honest. Did it expand your network of friends and social contacts, which is what 11th house is? Jupiter expands it. Did it make you rebalance certain friendships, because Jupiter was in Libra, the sign of fairness? So if something was unfair in regards to your social circle, in regards to your friends, in regards to the people you big groups of people that you're a member of, maybe it came to make you very aware of them and to rebalance those situations, sometimes with more extreme actions if necessary. But it must have increased your social network, your social visibility, so to speak, and activity. Maybe brought some new friends into you, maybe made you a member of some groups, even if you usually don't do such things and become a member of like-minded groups, or maybe made you attend more events with like-minded people that you're connected through, I don't know, similar interest in art, or in philosophical topic, or financial similar interest. And Jupiter in the 11th house might have expanded your gainfulness and connections and associations that are gainful for you, and might have increased, maybe made you become member of some social causes, or maybe become member of some clubs and organizations that you can increase your gainfulness. 11th house, the house, and one of the houses of business contacts, and popularity as well, might have increased this in some way, socially being active anyway. And Jupiter moving into your 12th house, it's all in the 12 months, you're going to deep dive into very mystical waters, mystical, emotional. It will be a profound time of healing for Sagittarius, because the 12th house is a house of hidden feelings, past lifetimes, feelings, the subconscious. And Scorpio is a water sign, which rules also past trauma, locked feelings and emotions. Again, the invisible world and our feelings in a powerful way. So double whammy, 12th house, double whammy, water influence, and Jupiter moving there. Jupiter is the planet of higher knowledge, illuminating those areas, because both the 12th house and Scorpio are hidden signs and hidden house, and they're full of secrets. So there will be a powerful release of a lot of secrets, or buried memories. So some of you might start spontaneously remembering past traumas from childhood or from past lifetimes. It doesn't have to be traumas, but it can be just memories from past lifetimes. Some of you might have a past life regression that explains to you and gives light and high understanding of your purpose in this lifetime. The Jupiter is about finding meaning, and you will be finding meaning in all those 12 house Scorpio areas in the next 12 months, which is getting in touch with your past, getting in touch with buried secrets, getting in touch with buried traumas and hurtful things that have happened that you are healing, though. You're bringing light to them. When there is light, the darkness disperses. We're not afraid of them. Certain compulsive actions that we've been victims of, 12 house rules, self-sabotaging activities like addictions that are very, and Scorpio rules compulsiveness, obsessiveness. So if you've had some darker side to you, some inner demon, Scorpio, some darker feelings, or some feelings that you're out of control with, or some actions which are 12 house actions which are secret, which you're hiding, that you're ashamed of, whether it's an addiction, whether it's something you do secretly or privately, whether it's something that you have to keep a secret and you're not very proud of to keep in the dark. Jupiter comes now there and illuminates that darkness, helps you overcome a certain inner demon, helps you overcome a certain trauma or certain mental or psychological state that have been pushing you compulsively to do things that you're not very proud of, whether it's self-sabotaging actions of some sort like addictions, or whether it's self-sabotaging actions of you self-sabotaging yourself all over your life and tripping yourself for success in life overall. When a person keeps doing it obsessively, compulsively all the time, every time they're close to a success, they do that. This is a repeating pattern that stems from the 12th house, which is locked fears, locked past life patterns that one is unaware of, but one self-sabotages through because of the pain or fear of something. And Jupiter brings there, Jupiter is like imagine it like someone who brings light into the darkness, and you start seeing where those motivations, those subconscious fears come from, and you start understanding why you've been self-sabotaging, or the secret that you've been keeping, or something that is like, whether it's addiction or whether it's a fear, it's no longer a secret to you, or it's healed in your life, so you no longer have to keep a secret towards others. And there's nothing more painful than having to keep secrets, than having to do something in private, because first of all, you're a slave to it. It has no control over it, and all the shame and guilt, the shame and guilt is often one of the reasons why people self-sabotage themselves to big success in life. Because they don't feel deserving in some sort. And this is all about healing such kind of situations, such kind of feelings that you might not even be aware of that they're there, but it's time you start feeling it and you start understanding. So they might have some deep psychological realizations that happen to you over the next 12 months, deep spiritual realizations, deep spiritual counseling that comes to you from an astrologer, psychic, past relative. 12 houses, the connection with our ancestors who are on the other side, and Jupiter facilitates the communication with those. They might appear in your dreams. I've had multiple people, and I remember it was me that, well, Jupiter was transiting my 12th house. I haven't started my business yet, and I was very kind of in the unknown, and I was like, why do I always self-sabotage myself? And I was sleeping and drinking a lot. Of course, Jupiter expands any such activities. If it transit the 12th house, initially at least it expands it, because it's the planet of expansion. So it will expand self-sabotaging activities and secrets initially, but only to bring light into them and more higher knowledge and understanding, so you can deal with them more as in control, how do I say, as a knowledgeable person, rather than allow those to sway you like you're being in a boat in some ocean without direction, without sails. So you kind of, it can intensify such tendencies, but only to understand, to understand how to navigate the waters of your subconscious, and to show you the secrets of those hidden monsters, and so you can start directing the sails of your own boat. And what happened is that I had a dream at that time when Jupiter was transiting my 12th house, and it wasn't someone who has passed, but it was a spiritual teacher that I was reading about. And he appeared in my dream, and he showed me something. He showed me about the future of that this is my career, that I will do it, and that certain addictions that I was struggling with, that they will be buried, that they will be removed very easily. And this dream kept me, how do I say, for many years, kept me hopeful. So I got this message from, and it all came to pass. So you will receive prophetic messages either in your dreams or by spiritual teachers. And then I spoke with a psychic, and this was the most correct psychic reading I ever gotten. It's almost like when Jupiter transits your 12th house, you receive the most pure, because Jupiter is truth, and Jupiter is almost like spiritual merit that you've deserved, and the 12th house is connection to the invisible world. So it's almost like you, like with someone like me, I don't get much good psychic readings and stuff like that. But when Jupiter transits one of those occult signs, the 12th house from my ascendant, sun, or moon, I've gotten the best readings, because it's kind of like you have for about a year access to much more pure information of the invisible worlds because of Jupiter purifying it. And that's when I got actually 2 psychic readings that nailed it, that nailed my life to the, I was told who I'm going to get married to, where is he going to work. I was told about, without person knowing anything about me, she said, you're going to be famous. I see symbols, ancient symbols. What is that? And she was like, I see, like, I don't even know what they're. She described my career and what's going to happen. And I didn't believe this, So yes, what I'm trying to say, that when Jupiter enters the 12th house, and especially Jupiter rules you guys, there will be psychic insights to you. There will be counsel coming to you and guidance from spiritual teachers, from spiritual belief systems. Maybe you'll be reading something that will expand your spirituality, that you will expand your deeper understanding of reality, that will expand your occult knowledge. Scorpio is occult knowledge. If you're a psychologist, if you're an astrologer, if you're anyone who is interested in spiritual activation, in spiritual growth, wow, guys, this will be your year. And it will be also an ending cycle. So the interest in astrology and occult will expand. Messages from invisible worlds, dreams. You dream much more vividly, more powerfully. In those dreams, you might be working on old traumas, Scorpio, that instead of them having to repeat in a physical way again, so you relive them, and they traumas that are self-sabotaging you all your life because you couldn't cope with it as a child, so you buried it, and then it has to repeat in your life for you to experience it as a similar event that reflects it. But instead of having to experience it now in a material way, Jupiter can help you heal some trauma by dreaming it, by dreaming such situation of that trauma or something like that, and the healing happens in the subconscious. So kind of very miraculous position of Jupiter in the 12th house in Scorpio. Miraculous healings. You have easy access. Jupiter is about easy access, opening doors to 12th house. Big psychological, Scorpio, big psychological transformations, big healing on an emotional level, and big healing of traumas, even from past lifetimes, from things that are self-sabotaging you, so wow. And psychic counsel from your psychic counsel, and psychic correct messages from the invisible worlds. Okay, now let's speak a little bit more about the material manifestation of that. How can it manifest? It can allow you to have a break. For example, it can allow you to sleep longer. Jupiter, if you have problems with your sleep, Jupiter transiting your 12th house can improve such problems. 12th house is sleep. Or it can allow you just not to have more time to sleep overall. When Saturn transits the 12th house, is the opposite. Saturn blocks access to ability to sleep long, maybe because of responsibility, but Jupiter allows it. Jupiter, 12th house, the house of taking a break. And I remember when my husband had Jupiter transiting his 12th house, he left the job and stopped working and didn't work for a year. And that was okay, actually. He was provided for. We had savings and everything. He didn't have to work because he just started helping with the business. So it can be a time of well-deserved rest or break, even if it doesn't mean some of you having to leave your business or stop working. It can happen though, because it's about taking a break, and it's a welcome, and it's an enjoyable break, because if Jupiter brings it, it's a break that helps you heal, that helps you from responsibilities, that helps you heal, that helps you revive, all those things, that helps you recharge psychically, helps you have deep realizations, spiritual ones, psychological ones, deep insights. And another thing can happen is that you can have access, much easier access, to faraway countries. This was the first time my husband ever left the States, when Jupiter transited his 12th house, and we went on a 30-day travel around Europe. So that's Jupiter transiting the 12th house can allow you to travel, to experience foreign countries, faraway countries, to have easy access to anything 12th house, which is to sleep, to hotels, to transformative private relationships. They might be a bit more private though, they might be a bit more hidden, and they might be quite sexual, because it's Scorpio. The 12th house is hidden bed pleasures. So very sexual, bed pleasures, kind of hidden as well, in a private. They can be healing and transformative to you. What can also give you easy access to is the world of the subconscious. You might be having prophetic dreams about cataclysmic events or big changes. Scorpio rules all those things. And it might be an ending phase. Something is concluding, a big chapter of your life is concluding, you are wrapping it up. So there might be certain endings in your life that you're strongly invested in, but they're therapeutical. You feel they need to happen. You're invested in those big endings that are happening. They might be painful, yes, but it's kind of forced into them. It's the right thing to happen, because you're initiating those endings. Jupiter, the planet that rules them, is in the 12th house of endings. You're the one that is dissolving the past, so to speak, and connections with the past. And on another level, Jupiter will make good aspects to the 8th and 12th and 4th house, which are again emotional houses, feeling traumas from childhood, or 8th house is receiving income or receiving support from material support from partners, or from business partners, or from people, clients somehow. It can increase your gains from investments, or maybe you can make money from a divorce or something like that, from other people's resources of some sort. You can benefit, or investments that you make in other people's resources or businesses, or support can come to you through some kind of 8th house, other people's sources. And that can be also a good time for property, or expanding property, places of living, home. And so the 12th house, foreign travels, might be taking a break, might be amazing expansion of spiritual realizations, expansion of the ability to meditate. If you want to meditate and you haven't been able, now is the time. Because Jupiter expands and makes it easy, the 12th house of meditation, of spiritual. Jupiter brings knowledge and easy opportunities, and ability to happen something, to make something happen very easy in the 12th house, which is the most spiritual house. So good luck for you, And what are the people that work in creative? In the 12th house is the imagination. Your imagination can be extremely triggered very powerfully for the next 12 months. Your imagination, people that are in very imaginative careers, like, let's say, film, music, fashion industry, where you have to make designs and stuff, or you have to do computer games, or create new worlds and stuff, or writers. There's such rich imagination. People that need time to seclude themselves away. Jupiter will facilitate and make them very successful in whatever they're doing. So people that are in some kind of a research. So if you're, say, doing a PhD and researching, if you have to spend long times in 12th house environments, which is libraries, laboratories, secluded on your own, exploring the subconscious, or exploring the mysteries and secrets. So this is great for scientists that are doing research. Jupiter will give them deep understanding, maybe some revelations, some discoveries. People that are in libraries, people that are doing research, people that are in hotel businesses is 12th house. People that are in, say, working on island somewhere, in spas, that work in monasteries, that work in hospitals, in prisons, they can have a great boost in their career in some sort. People that work in industry connected to the 12th house, which is escaping reality industries like tourism, like hotels, like researching the subconscious, like the imaginative. Jupiter will expand them and bring them better opportunities, or better, very fertile period for them. So thank you so much, guys. And there can be more spendings when Jupiter is in the 12th house. 12th house of spending, it expands the spending. Or so if you don't want to be spending more money, a good thing, oh well, Saturn will be in your second house, I forgot, so this will balance you, to make you be more cautious. But it's very good for you to give away freely. While Jupiter is in the 12th house of charity, give away freely. It doesn't necessarily have to be money. It can be some of your emotional energy that you give away, that you help someone in need, that you help those, that you spend time with someone in emotional closeness in some way. But usually the planet that rules your whole horoscope in the 12th means that you'll be strongly invest. Maybe you'll be more isolated than other times, but you'd find it highly rejuvenating. And this is exactly what you'll need, to kind of withdraw more, and you'll feel it very spiritually reviving. So thank you so much, Scorpio, Sagittarius. Yeah, join me on the 21st of October, or if you can't make it then, just watch the recording, all free, for the astrology of the next 4 years till 2021. We're going to be discussing it with world famous astrologers. So big astrological bonanza for the big events. And as you know, this is going to have such a huge impact on the world the next 3 years, because there are events that are happening in Capricorn, which means the ruling structures, the ruling elites of the world. This is no longer going to be the case, and the monetary system will be changing, and the governments will be changing, but we'll speak about all that. Anyway, thank you. I love you, and I'll see you